Hi families, Mr. Jackson here, another video about Google Classroom. Hopefully this will help you navigate through assignments in Classroom a little bit more easily. So we are actually in an assignment right now. To show you how I got here, I'm going to go ahead and back all the way out to my main menu, clicking on those three bars in the top left corner. I'm going to click on the home button for classes. That's going to take me to my classes that I'm currently enrolled in. So you can see all the tiles. Again, because this is the student account that I use in STEM class, you see a bunch of STEM classes. So you should, on your student's computer, see maybe classes for different subjects, for different teachers. You'll probably see other special area teachers that have classes for them as well. So I'm going to jump in here to the fourth grade STEM classroom, clicking on the name here to open it up. And again, here's the stream. This is a list of the different assignments that have been posted and activities, materials that have been assigned to the students. So I'm going to go to classwork. And the assignment that I'm going to click on is assignment 1, the camping trip. So when I click on the title here, you can see how it expands, and I can see some information about this assignment. I can see again the title. There's no due date. Some instructions here, and then one of the files that is attached. In fact, the only file that's attached to this assignment. If I click here on View Assignment, it's going to actually take me into the assignment page. And here's again the title, the instructions, and then this file right here. This file has been attached to this assignment. And the way that I've shared this with the students intentionally was that it was only a read-only copy of this file. So did that for a reason. There are different ways that teachers can attach files to assignments. They can, like this, they can share a view-only copy with students. They can share it in a way that the students have edit access to this particular file, or they could have an instance where a teacher assigns something to them and Google Classroom makes a copy of that file for them. And if so, and we'll see that in here in just a few minutes, it would automatically populate up here with the file that they're supposed to open instead of being right here. So this is a view-only copy of this file. So I've already got it open on this next tab. So I'm going to click here. And I know that it's view-only because I've got this button right here that says view-only. I can ask for edit access to this, but as I explained to our students, the teacher has probably assigned this in a way that they want the student to make a copy of the file themselves. So to make a copy of this file, I'm going to go over here to the File menu, click on File, go to Make a Copy, and then you're presented two options here, the entire presentation or selected slides. The entire presentation would be, if this was multiple slides in this file, then it would be all those slides. Now this is just one, so I can click on this one. Selected slides would be if I went through and selected over here in this browser the slides that I wanted to make a copy of. I could click on those. I'm going to go ahead and click on entire presentation. And then I've got this dialog box that opens up, copy document, copy of assignment 1, a camping trip. So what I instructed our students to do was to insert their name here. So putting the cursor in after the F and of, I'm going to put green, K, and then for my own help in opening this file later, I'm going to put 4G for Graves, since this is a fourth grade classroom that I'm working out of. This option here removes all speaker notes. Slides like PowerPoint and other presentation programs allows someone to type in notes down here at the bottom for each slide that they can reference themselves if they're doing some type of presenter view, or it can be notes if slides is being used in a different way that go along with the slide itself, maybe some other instructions for the student, whoever's viewing it. So there's no notes here, so I don't really have to worry about removing those. So I'm going to click OK. And when I do that, so I've clicked OK. And as I'm over here to this new tab that's opened up, you can see the title up here of this tab is Green K 4G Assignment 1, a camping trip. I've got my original that the teacher shared with me, and that's a read-only copy. So I'm going to go ahead and close that tab. And I close the tab by clicking on this X up here. And that'll keep me from getting confused about which one I'm actually working in. And now, again, I've got my title up here. Great thing about this is if I've typed in something, let's say I misspelled my name, not that any kid would ever misspell their own name, but I can go in here and change the name or add anything else in that maybe the teacher said of how I should name this file right here. So I've got my file here that I can now manipulate. I've got my full menu and toolbar here that I can begin to do work with this file with. Now, we're not going to go into the details of that, but we are going to attach this file to this assignment to show that this is the work that we're working on. So I'm going to click back over here to my assignment tab in Classroom. And in this box right here where it says your work, I'm going to click on the plus sign here, add or create. And I'm presented a list of options. Google Drive is where this file resides right now, this Green K 4G Assignment 1, a camping trip. It's in my Google Drive. I've got a link right here. If I was inserting a link from a website as part of work that I was submitting, I could use that like a YouTube video. I could get the link for the YouTube video, click here, add it in there. This button here, File, this will be another way of accessing files, not only on Google Drive, but anything that you've got some type of USB storage device plugged into to the Chromebook. There's also an SD card slot. So there are ways that you could import files from some other physical device or storage into your Chromebook. And then you've also got shortcuts for some commonly used apps in the G Suite. You've got Google Docs, which is like Microsoft Word, Google Slides, again, what we're using right now, like PowerPoint. You've got Google Sheets, which is like Excel. And then you've got Drawings. And this is one that I've been practicing with our lower grade students with and starting to do more with our upper grade students. But this is a drawing tool that they can use. There's also something called Google Chrome Canvas that we'll use as well. But we're going to go here to Google Drive. And the first tab here is recent. So this is the files that I've worked on most recently. And when I click on here, that's going to attach this file that I've just created. Again, we see Green K 4G assignment. And I get this confirmation that I have, in fact, selected one file to insert. So I'm going to insert this file. And now you can see that instead of having mark as done here, now this says turn in. And I've tried to explain this to my students, like being in a physical classroom. Marking as done is basically just telling your teacher, raising your hand and saying, hey, Mr. Jackson, I'm done. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't really turn anything in. You have to physically take that paper and turn it in. And so once we've attached this file to our work, when we click on turn in, that's like taking that paper and physically putting in the basket or tray on the table, wherever the teacher's told us to turn in our papers. Now, once I do this, once I turn this in, the only way that I can make changes to this assignment is to unsubmit. And you'll see in just a moment when I click on turn in, there'll be a confirmation window here saying, hey, do you really want to do this? Yes, I do. But once I do that, the only way that I can make changes to this assignment is either I unsubmit the document or the teacher returns it to me to continue working on. So, you turn something in, you remember, oh, no, I didn't put my name on it. Oh, I forgot to answer this question. It was on the back. I didn't realize there was a back. Students can click on unsubmit. They can get their work back and finish it up. So I'm going to go ahead and click on turn in. And again, here's the confirmation window that I was talking about. I do, in fact, want to turn it in. It shows me that I've got one attachment that I'm submitting with this assignment. So I'm going to click turn in. And now we've got our assignment back. Again, if there was a reason why they needed to unsubmit their work, the button right here for unsubmit, I can click on unsubmit, and there we go. You'll notice down here there are private comments. So if the students need to ask me a question they don't want to ask in the class comments section, either because that's turned off or they just don't want to ask in front of everyone else, they can send me a private comment right there. It's kind of like just shooting an email, but it's all right here. It all stays within this the boundaries of this assignment. And the only way that I can see those is by really clicking in on my teacher view, clicking into student work, and I see those. So, it's like a student getting up and asking the teacher a question instead of asking in front of the whole class. So it asks if there's a reason why they don't want to ask in front of people, they can certainly use that option there. All right, so going back out to our assignment 2, just to show you where the difference lies in these, I'm going to go to 4th grade STEM. I'm going to go over here to classwork, and then you can see the appropriately named assignment 2, a camping trip. Again, similar instructions. This also was an activity of practice and seeing if the students would actually pay attention to the file that or the assignment I told them to click on. You probably wouldn't be surprised by how many clicked on assignment 2 instead of assignment 1. But anyways, that was a teachable moment. So clicking on view assignment. And if you'll notice, things are a little bit different from what we saw a few minutes ago. Again, instead of this file, assignment 1, a camping trip, this Google slide being shared right here, because I selected make a copy for each student, now Classroom automatically makes that copy for the students, and it's already embedded here in their work. Now they can still remove that file if they need to, or if they can accidentally remove it. And I'll go ahead and show what happens when they remove it. And you can see the file's been removed, and I can make a copy, and it's going to make a new copy of that file for me, and it'll pop up right here in just a moment. And there it is. So again, already got my name on it. It's great. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. And when I click on it, it will open up this new file for me. All right, so I've clicked on this new file, and you can see the 2 tabs here. I've got the original from assignment 1, a camping trip, and if you look as I've got my cursor on the tab, you can see the full file name is popping up there. When I move back over here, I've got assignment 2, a camping trip, so I can tell the difference in which ones I've got open. And now I can get in and do the work that I've been assigned to do on this worksheet. Now, just like before, once I'm done and I click on Turn In, that's going to submit the work to the teacher. If I need to make changes, I can unsubmit. I can still add or create. So if there are other documents, other things, pictures, files, whatever else that I need to attach to this as evidence of work, I can still add those there or use the create shortcuts for slides, docs, sheets, and drawings if need be. Hope these videos help, and good luck, and let us know if you have any further questions.